Oh, they're a big hit here. They're a big hit here, the Solomon Islanders, and they've done a great job tonight. They've brought the crowd alive. As if they needed to, of course, but they've certainly put in an impressive performance here tonight. And the Solomon Islands team has done a super job here. It looks like they're going to get a little bit of an encore as well. They're going to reprise this one for a while. Solomon Islands making their way off this National Stadium opening ceremony night, Saturday in Suva. Welcome everyone. Hope you're enjoying the pictures across Fiji 1, across Fiji tonight. Brendan Telfer with you, Charlie Challis alongside me. National Stadium, Suva, Fiji on this, the opening ceremony. 40 years of South Pacific Games we're celebrating. The Solomons certainly celebrating big time tonight. Really reprising that little segment, which I think was supposed to have run about 5 or so minutes, but they've maximised it. They got a big 15 out of it at least, and the crowd absolutely adored it. Charles, that was a nice little piece of work by the Solomons.
Yes, it was very, very popularly received, and as you suggested, a couple of encores in there, making the performance slightly longer than I think the organisers had scheduled it for, but very typical of the games that perhaps two of the happiest and most sort of standout, memorable moments were that performance by Wallace and Fortuna in front of the President and the Solomon Islanders, and that sort of dueling role between male and female in that dance. Very, very popularly received here by this capacity crowd, which has not budged, even though we move now deeper into the evening, because they know that there is still a lot more of Fiji's rich cultural heritage to do justice to, and the group that's making their way to the centre of the National Stadium pitch is a group that is going to depict the people of Rotuma.
They are often referred to as Polynesians because of their physical similarities. Historically, Rotuma
obviously has very special links with sport in this country, amongst other reasons, in the person of Dr. Robin Mitchell, who is the president of the organising committee and the president of the National Olympic Committee, has helped make these games come to fruition. And it was the most northerly point of the journey that the South Pacific Games flame took when it was flown to Rotuma earlier this month, with a rapturous reception there at the airport.
And if you're just joining us for the first time, we're at the National Stadium here. We're celebrating the opening ceremony. And don't forget, of course, that we're also going to be featuring live action here on Fiji 1 starting 4 p.m. Monday all the way through the South Pacific Games. We'll break at 6 for news and then join us again 6:30 every night for live action from the South Pacific Games. If it happens anywhere at the Games, you'll see it live on Fiji 1. Don't forget to join us Monday all the way through.
And Brendan, while we've got a chance, just taking a look at some of the sports that Fiji 1 will be covering in this first week, dominated by those big events, the ones we love the most: boxing, swimming, netball, soccer and volleyball in the evenings. Rugby Sevens, of course, kicks off on Friday with the finals on Saturday. So a very exciting menu of options, as you mentioned, starting at 4, stopping briefly for the news at 6 and picking it up for the live evening sessions at 6:30 through to 8. And you can catch highlights of all of the day's actions on weekdays 10:30 to 11:30 on Fiji 1.
Meantime, we're charting the history and the contribution of the various communities to Fiji. Rotuma now on centre stage. You're enjoying pictures live on Fiji. Fiji 1, Rotuma, featuring at the moment as we enjoy this opening night of the South Pacific Games. Rotuma, of course, a massive contribution to Fiji and a very important place in these islands.
For your information, we have a slight change of program. We will bring the torch relay program forward and perform the lighting of the cauldron, after which His Excellency the President and Andikavu will leave, and then we will continue with the rest of the program tonight with the Cook Islands, Kioa and Rambi. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we now await the arrival of the 2003 South Pacific Games torch. Following the departure of His Excellency the President, the Honorable Prime Minister will also leave as he is hosting a function this evening. We also thank the Vice President for being here as he also will be attending the function. We will all remain and enjoy the rest of the ceremonies of entertainment for the South Pacific Games opening ceremony.
Mesdames et messieurs, nous allons maintenant passer à la suite de la cérémonie d'ouverture. Son Excellence, le Vice-président, reparti. Voici la cérémonie de la flamme. Après la flamme, le programme continuera.
We thank you for your patience, knowing how long this program is, unplanned as it is. But I think the spirit of the South Pacific Games has somehow grabbed everybody, and they've spent more time than usual on the grounds, entertaining and feeling the spirit themselves. In just a few moments, we will have the entry of the 2003 South Pacific Torch. Following its 40-day journey around Fiji, the 2003 South Pacific Games Torch will enter the National Stadium after being held by more than 450,000 people on its journey over land and sea. The torch touched the hearts and hands of the people of Fiji and now makes the true spirit of the Games a reality. Members of the Fiji Police and the Fiji Military Forces have taken the torch conjointly around Fiji,
Welcome back to
beginning
the National
in
Stadium
VCC
here in Suva. And welcome back to the National Stadium here in Suva as we get set for the arrival of the torch. We've been building to this moment. We have been building to this moment all night, and we're just moments away from seeing the flame here at the National Stadium. Welcome to you all on Fiji 1. Hope you're enjoying the pictures here tonight. But this truly will be the fitting climax, I think, of what has been a sensational night. A little bit longer than we expected, but we've been really enjoying every moment of it. Charlie Charters, I don't think that flame is too far away from arriving here in the stadium.
Chilly opening ceremony night.
Possibly behind us, the sirens of the convoy that will be escorting the flames in, and this is a torch that has done some serious miles in the last 6 or 7 weeks. Started back in May the 20th and was lit very early in the morning in Bisese village where the first Fijians landed, and since then it's covered a total of almost 1,200 kilometers making through Fiji, and it's got to within 75% of the population of Fiji. 75% of the population of Fiji have had access to the torch. I was reading in the papers today, organisers estimate a total of 450,000 people have seen or held the torch in the time that it's been on this magnificent relay journey.
And
How
we're
about
delighted to
a
have you
warm
company
round
with
of
us on
applause
Fiji
in
1 tonight.
appreciation
Hope
of
you
the work
enjoyed
being
the
done
pictures.
by
And,
the
don't
Fiji
forget,
Police
of course,
Force
that starting
and
next
the
week,
Republic of Fiji
4
military
p.m.
forces
in the afternoon, we'll be
in
going
taking
live
the
with all the
torch
action of the South
safely around
Pacific Games.
Fiji. And as they enter into the field of play of the Fiji Sports Council, Corporal Ratulodo handed safely to Andialisi Tambete, having brought the
Now,
torch
let's just
home.
explain.
This very torch will also light the cauldron of the 2003 South Pacific
Let's just
Games.
explain the structure of what we're about to see in the next 3 or 4 minutes. The organisers have brought together representatives from Fiji teams that have competed in South Pacific Games going back to 1963, and a star from each game will take the torch, probably only 100, 200 yards in total distance, but will make a full circuit of this track. And then one magical guest presenter will be the person chosen to light the torch that symbolizes in the public's imagination the ignition point, the flame for the competition that will follow in the next 2 weeks.
Please put your hands together for the
Still
torch
no word
team
yet on who that
under the
person might
coordination
be.
of Corporal Ratulodo. They have given it to Andialisi
But here
Tambete,
comes
who
the
together with
flame.
her faithful staff enter their own territory of the National Stadium. They will in a few moments hand it over to the first torchbearer, who in turn will hand it to the warrior to light it on behalf of the
And the
Vanua.
representative in the white shirt and
Please
the black
warmly
shorts,
welcome Andialisi
who competed
Tambete.
in the 1963 South Pacific Games, Zephaniah Koroi, who won 3 gold medals in
And the
swimming.
first torchbearer
And
in the National
subsequently-
Stadium, Zephaniah Koroi, who took part in the
went on to
1963
a long and
South
very
Pacific
happy career
Games,
as a
winning 3
teacher.
gold medals in swimming.
And he will run and
Zephaniah
link up
Koroi,
with a
3
representative
médailles d'or en
from Fiji's
natation
team
pour
to the
les Jeux
1966 Games
1963.
that took place in New Caledonia. Zephaniah Koroi, also very well known as a top rugby referee in his time. And what a proud moment it
Iona
would be for
Whippy,
him
Nay Mitchell
and for
from the
his
South
family.
Pacific Games
And
1966.
taking over the
400
trophy,
meter gold
taking
medalist
over
in
the
Nouméa,
torch,
New Caledonia,
Iona Whippy,
and 4 by
who's
400
Iona
meters
Mitchell,
gold